Why Do People Go to College? By Connor, Riley, Hunter, Brady, and Kaylee. The goal of the conducted interviews was to answer the question, why do people go to college? Based on what all of our interviewees stated, people go to college for similar reasons. As we compared our data, we concluded that many of the points that our interviewees made corresponded with the readings of Louis Manann's Live and Learn, as well as Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Oppressed.
One of the people I interviewed was Madison Jansen. She is an English teacher here at Boise State University and is also in graduate school. As I was interviewing her, she stated, "I think the purpose of college is to give students the opportunity to dive more deeply into things they are passionate about, while also gaining a wider perspective on the world and other fields of study that they may not have been exposed to before." She believes that college is about what you learn and the type of person you end up becoming. This directly reminded me of Manann's second theory of education that he states in Live and Learn. He explains that, if you prefer the second theory, then you might consider grades a useful instrument of positive or negative reinforcement, but the only thing that matters is what students actually learn. They both believe that college is about what you learn and not the type of job you get or how good your grades are. If you are truly learning, you are more than likely going to get good grades as a result and get a job that you truly enjoy. Focusing on your learning will make you more successful in the end.
When I interviewed my stepmom and asked her what the purpose of college was, she said, "For some people, going to college is a means to increase their knowledge. My dad attended classes at NNU until he was 60 years old." This relates to Manann's second theory because Jana's dad, who was retired at 60 years old, still chose to attend classes at a college, obviously not to get a job, but to increase his understanding and further educate himself. Jana, who has her master's degree in counseling, agrees that college should be attended as a means to learn more and soak in more information. In my own personal opinion, I do agree that people should go to college to acquire knowledge. However, many other people attend college just to gain skills required for their future job.
I interviewed my friend Donald, who is a fellow Boise State student. When asked why people go to college, he said it almost feels like college is required to get a job, regardless of what the job is. This line of thinking is very similar to Manann's Theory 3. Theory 3 states that employers require more people with specialized training. This is the idea that for a good job, it is required to have a bachelor's degree. It seems today that this theory is being pushed on to people by society. A bachelor's degree has become the new high school diploma. People feel that college is necessary to be successful in life because it has become a requirement to get a good job.
When I asked my dad, John, why he went to college, he said to me, "The main reason that I went to college was to obtain the important skills that I could use for a job in the future." Many other people attend college for the same reason. Catherine Rampell of the Washington Post wrote an article titled, "Why Do Americans Go to College?" In this article, she cited a survey of incoming college freshmen in 2014, where the majority of the responders said that the purpose of them attending college was for skills that would aid them in a future job. My dad's reason for attending college, as well as many current college students, aligns very similarly with Manann's third theory of education, which states that college's main purpose is solely for job preparation.
However, that is not the only way to gain a successful job. My father, a graphic designer and photographer, made the decision after high school to attend a trade school where he would better his education in graphic design. In his interview, he mentioned that a hands-on learning experience was limited in mainstream schools, and a trade school would provide him with specific skills to master what he wanted to do for a profession. When my father told me why he chose trade school over university, I immediately related this with Freire and his philosophy. For example, Freire states, his task is to fill the students with the contents of his narration, contents which are detached from reality, disconnected from the totality that engendered them and could give them significance. My father's experiences in school made me feel as if he felt oppressed by his teachers. Therefore, my father suggested that his higher education was more problem-posing and mainstream university followed more of the banking method. After conducting all of our interviews, we drew some interesting conclusions. For instance, we found that like-minded people were likely to have similar views on why people go to college. For example, interviewees 1 and 2, a counselor and a professor, fall under the category of logical thinkers. Logical thinkers are people who are able to think logically and form ideas to others clearly. Based on our interviews, the logical thinkers out of the bunch are the people who believe that college is meant to gain more knowledge. We also found that people who are analytical thinkers, people who are more able to problem solve and think in abstract ways, like interviewees 3 and 4, who are people with majors relating to business or, in this case, jobs in fields like sales, lean toward the idea that college was to gain better job opportunities in the future. In conclusion, interviewees 5 and 6 both mentioned how they were more hands-on learners and that they believed a traditional college experience would not fulfill their need to learn their skills for their specific professions in the future. Interviewees 5 and 6 are both creative thinkers, which means that they are able to look at situations from a different perspective, which explains their alternative ideas about mainstream college.
Our team concluded that people who have corresponding mindsets tend to seek out higher education for similar reasons.